The story begins with Bishop Marvin Sapp stepping into Chosen Vessel Church, instantly capturing the attention and curiosity of the congregation. What seemed at first like a routine pastoral transition was, in reality, a carefully orchestrated act of divine guidance. Bishop Richard Young, who had faithfully led the church for 36 years, sensed God directing him to choose Marvin over close family or a familiar successor. Marvin, already established in Michigan with a thriving ministry, faced a crossroads that defied conventional logic. Yet, without hesitation, he embraced the call, trusting faith over personal convenience. This moment marked the start of a transformative journey, revealing that true leadership is rarely about ambition or comfort. It is often about answering God's call, even when it challenges personal expectations or human understanding. Initial tension and silent resistance. Marvin's arrival in Texas was far from seamless. Many long-standing members, loyal to Bishop Young's family, struggled to accept the change, whispering doubts and harboring quiet resistance. The weight of inheriting another man's legacy pressed heavily upon Marvin, yet he approached each day with humility, careful to attribute successes to God rather than himself. Instead of reacting to skepticism defensively, he chose patience, prayer, and a steadfast commitment to his calling. Slowly, small shifts began to appear. Conversations grew warmer, doubts softened, and respect started to take root. This phase highlighted the complexities of stepping into a deeply established leadership role, demonstrating that trust and acceptance are earned over time through integrity, consistent action, and a genuine focus on purpose over personal gain. Building trust through faith. Marvin understood that leadership required more than presence. It demanded authenticity, patience, and a willingness to learn. He engaged the congregation with openness, actively listening to concerns and gradually weaving his own vision into the church's established culture. Despite the initial cold reception, Marvin's faith-driven approach began to resonate. Sermons took on a fresh vibrancy, music and worship practices became more engaging, and members began noticing the positive energy radiating through the church. Bishop Young, too, observed the subtle transformations and started appreciating Marvin's unique contributions. The early friction slowly gave way to mutual respect, illustrating that effective leadership is built not on asserting authority, but on fostering connection, demonstrating empathy, and faithfully serving a purpose greater than oneself. Growth amid challenges. Even as momentum built, Marvin faced countless challenges, balancing his own ministry, musical endeavors, and the expectations of a new congregation demanded constant diligence and spiritual resilience. Skeptics still voiced doubts, and the shadow of legacy lingered heavily over him. Yet, Marvin approached each challenge with unwavering faith, seeing obstacles as opportunities to cultivate trust and unity. Gradually, his leadership began to bear tangible results. New members joined, spiritual engagement deepened, and the church community grew closer. Through his example, Marvin demonstrated that challenges are not hindrances but stepping stones to transformation. Leadership rooted in purpose, humility, and consistency has the power to convert skepticism into support, showcasing the profound impact of faith-driven perseverance on both individual lives and the broader spiritual community. Humility in leadership. Central to Marvin's success was his humility, an attribute that resonated deeply with the congregation. He never sought personal recognition or credit. Every accomplishment was framed as an extension of God's plan. By avoiding the temptation to dominate or assert power, Marvin allowed relationships to flourish organically. This humility also influenced his decision-making, encouraging collaboration rather than unilateral action. Members began to see him not as an outsider, but as a spiritual guide genuinely invested in their growth. Over time, resistance faded, replaced by respect and admiration. The subtle, consistent demonstration of humility underscored a critical truth about leadership. Authority is earned not through force, but through service, empathy, and a steadfast commitment to values that transcend personal ambition. Unity and emotional reconciliation. A pivotal moment arrived during a major church anniversary, bringing Marvin and Bishop Young together on the same stage. The congregation witnessed a moving display of respect, humility, and shared purpose. Bishop Young publicly affirmed Marvin's calling, emphasizing that true leadership is about continuity, not competition. In turn, Marvin expressed profound gratitude for the opportunity and for the wisdom imparted by his predecessor. The emotional response of the congregation was palpable. highlighting the deep human connections fostered by faith and obedience. This moment symbolized reconciliation, proving that unity is cultivated through humility, patience, and mutual respect. Their public partnership reinforced that spiritual leadership is less about asserting authority and more about honoring legacy while guiding a community toward a shared vision. Preserving the legacy months later, as Bishop Young's health declined, Marvin returned to support him personally and spiritually. Their time together provided clarity and closure, as Bishop Young reaffirmed that Marvin's leadership was divinely guided. This acknowledgement offered Marvin both comfort and confirmation that stepping into another person's legacy had been the right decision. When Bishop Young eventually passed, the congregation mourned deeply but also celebrated the enduring strength of the church. The transition preserved the mission and vision that Bishop Young had nurtured for decades, seamlessly integrating Marvin's fresh leadership approach. The story illustrated that leadership guided by faith, humility, and purpose preserves legacy while enabling growth, highlighting the delicate balance between honoring the past and embracing the future. Transforming a community, Marvin's leadership gradually transformed not only the structure of Chosen Vessel Church, but also the hearts of its members. Worship became more engaging, outreach initiatives expanded, and the congregation's connection with its mission deepened. Through consistent service, visible humility, and genuine care, Marvin reshaped perceptions, converting initial skepticism into trust and admiration. The subtle yet profound transformation demonstrated the ripple effect of faith-guided leadership. When leaders embody values consistently, the entire community reflects that growth. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable became opportunities for spiritual development, proving that leadership rooted in purpose and obedience produces results that extend beyond the leader to touch countless lives. A legacy of faith. The conclusion of Marvin and Bishop Young's journey leaves a powerful lesson. Leadership guided by purpose, humility, and divine direction secures a lasting legacy. Marvin honored the vision and values of his predecessor while bringing new energy and perspective to the church. Bishop Young's final affirmation validated both the path taken and the divine orchestration behind it. The congregation, inspired by the seamless transition, celebrated continuity, growth, and spiritual depth. This story reinforces that leadership is not measured solely by personal achievement or recognition, but by the enduring influence left on people, culture, and mission. Faithful obedience, humility, and courage in the face of uncertainty ensure that legacies endure and inspire for generations to come. The intersection of timing and purpose. The Chosen Vessel story also illustrates the importance of divine timing. Marvin's arrival coincided with the church's need for fresh energy and perspective, yet occurred exactly when Bishop Young's guidance could shape the transition. This intersection of timing and purpose, orchestrated beyond human comprehension, ensured a harmonious succession. It highlights that leadership is less about planning every detail and more about being responsive, present, and obedient when the moment arrives. When individuals align themselves with purpose and divine direction, even unexpected changes become opportunities for growth, reconciliation, and legacy preservation. Timing, faith, and humility converge to create outcomes that resonate far beyond initial expectations. Inspiration for future generations. Ultimately, the story of Marvin Sapp and Bishop Richard Young serves as an enduring example for future leaders. It teaches that true leadership emerges from faith, humility, patience, and obedience rather than ambition or ego. Their intertwined journeys provide a roadmap for navigating difficult transitions, earning trust, and honoring legacy. By embracing divine guidance, showing resilience amid challenges, and prioritizing community over self, leaders can cultivate environments of unity, growth, and inspiration. The Chosen Vessel story affirms that when God guides the path, even the most unexpected decisions become opportunities to leave a lasting impact, inspiring generations to approach leadership with integrity, courage, and unwavering faith.